every version of you already exists, and your intuition is the key to jumping into the one that you want to experience. Today I'm sharing how I personally shift timelines, but not through fantasy. It's by doing the emotional and energetic work to shift frequency, karmic patterns, and resonance. A timeline is not a fixed path. It's a vibrational coordinate within a quantum field of possibilities. Many of us in metaphysics and spiritual pursuits understand that time is not actually linear. I view it as a plotting coordinate within space construct, not actually a succession of irreversible events. That means that we're constantly moving between versions of past, present, future based on our perception and our vibrational choices. So a timeline is a plausible reality that one might experience. And if one doesn't experience a certain timeline, that does not mean the timeline doesn't exist. It simply means it's not the timeline that one is experiencing in their now moment. If a timeline were a symphony, then karma would be the sheet music and the conductor would be intuition. Now, depending on the notes and the way in which the orchestra plays is what lays out the plausibility or the happenstance of which timeline is experienced. It's often most likely the specific timeline will be experienced and played out, but it can't be guaranteed until it's currently happening in somebody's observational now moment. We can see this in quantum physics. Intuition is the conductor or the navigator. It picks up on the subtleties of the path that you're already on or the one you're being pulled toward.
If this resonates with you and you're ready to deepen your connection to your intuition, I'd love to invite you to explore my upcoming course, The Intuition Method. It's currently open for early bird registration, and it's designed to help you reconnect with your inner clarity and your unseen support system.
Tools that are utilized to understand and view timelines could be tarot, dreams, spiritual messages. These all offer probabilities, but not certainties. Spirit shows me outcomes like a choose your own adventure map, but the lesson is mine to walk. What causes timeline shifts? There are many catalysts of a jump. Some of these are emotionally charged choices, major karmic patterns, heavy energetic influences like lust, betrayal, addiction, pride, etc. A lot of people call these moments destiny or fate. One of the most critical components of a true timeline jump is whether or not you've learned the karmic lessons that were holding you in the previous version of reality. And until you can look at past choices through the lens of action, reaction, emotional triggers, and truth, you're likely not jumping, you're looping. A fail-safe to ensure that you're navigating through timelines that you would prefer is to implement healthy boundaries, standards, and self-honor. These become the protectors of your optimal timeline. In quantum physics, the observer collapses the potential, and that's what intuition does. It's easy to comprehend how major catalysts of timeline shifts on the positive end could be things like falling in love, doing well, getting a new promotion, having a happy experience, optimizing your health, moving locations, taking a vacation, or ways in which we enhance and influence our timeline in a way that benefits us. Though most people that are viewing timeline jumping are constantly gauging where the negative timeline potential is so that they can steer clear. And negative major catalysts of a timeline jump would be all heavy hitters that trigger an emotional traumatic reaction. All of the top sins, lust, greed, pride, and of course your karmic choices, because action-reaction creates a ripple effect. Karma is the mechanism that is pulling us through our timelines. Just imagine that every emotional trigger and choice opens up a complete new branch of ways in which you could navigate on any now moment timeline. It's like a root system under the forest. You only can see this beautiful sturdy tree, but you know that there's infinite roots underneath the ground connecting miles and miles away. Boundaries, standards, and integrities are major protectors of your optimal timeline. The saying that comes up in philosophy of walking the narrow and straight path speaks very clearly to ensuring that you're sticking to an optimal timeline. But nothing is linear. We're constantly timeline jumping. So it's more about understanding through intuition and guidance of frequency of how to continuously navigate, because timelines are constantly rolling out. So you're moving blindly in a way, but you're using frequency to help you. It's kind of like echolocation. If you're trusting in your intuition enough, you're able to move forward through time in viewership, remote viewing, astral projection, or intuition, and see what would happen in that plausible timeline if you were to navigate down that road. And then you return to your present now moment, and you can understand which choice you might want to make. But one thing that I do differently in regard to experiencing time is I have an understanding as a base concept that I'm not necessarily going outside to journey and check anything out. I'm rather tuning in, because I'm aware that I am all now moments of consciousness. So all of it is within my experience and existence if I know how to access it. So if I have the ability to suspend my consciousness inside my being and know that all of these timelines are already happening, all of these versions of me are simultaneously playing out, regardless if society deems it as past, present, or future, or perhaps an alternate reality or parallel universe. They're all happening because there is only the now moment. That is what consciousness exists within. That is the birth point of creation. That's where the cycle is. The trick is thinking that there's anything outside of the now. So as I'm experiencing my now moment in infinite possibilities, and I'm expanding myself enough to open into the possible timelines that are happening, and it's up to me to access which one I want to experience as my now moment. And I can seek out which ones are possible and potential and make pattern redirects and choices to ensure that I'm optimizing my frequency to most properly align with the timeline I prefer to experience. Now, tools that help me jump. First and foremost, reading karma and recognizing patterns. Now, this is the bulk of the work that I offer. I'm very adept at accessing patterns of karma and tracking timelines, or the karmic thread, if you will, that moves us through space and time. Most people repeat patterns. This is the subconscious design of our reality. So it's important to look at how we're constantly looping these patterns, reverse engineer them, find the root of the pattern, and shift the energy by first just observing it. Of course, going back to quantum physics of how the observer collapses the plausibility of the same experience playing out. So the first step is just to find the pattern and observe it, because this already begins to shift the entire timeline. And then we have esoteric tools. Personally, I love using tarot and spirit guidance in order to assist me in studying timelines. Now, I'll do a whole nother video on how to utilize tarot for jumping timelines and the warnings and the care one needs to take when utilizing these types of esoteric divination tools. Though through tarot and spirit guidance, spirit will often show me a handful of choices in which I can make because plausible timelines are in front of me. And because I have this information, which is prophetic in nature by the way society deems it, I can then view or experience before I anchor a timeline into my reality to make a more informed choice about which way I want to navigate. I have done this to an extreme capacity lately, especially when it comes to the major sin of lust. Spirit shows me plausible timelines and says, here's a probable path A or probable path B. Would you like either one of these, or perhaps you want to make up your own path? Now, another tool that I utilize often is dream frequency discernment, understanding how dreams can either be prophetic messages, inception, simulated internment camps, and or training grounds. The dream space is a very specific astral subconscious place in which either true experiences can be happening or mocked up simulations that our consciousness is simply inserted to can also be playing out. So by studying dream frequency discernment, I'm able to tell if entities or people are trying to influence my dreams through inception, if I'm being placed into a simulation, which happens a lot, and or my psyche's subconscious spirit is guiding me through prophecy and showing me plausible timelines that may come into play and giving me warning to take care. The first few years of my career in metaphysics was focused majority on past life regression or journeying to alternate dimensions in space-time reality in order to first witness and then redirect or change or alter timelines that had played out. And this helped me understand how changing another timeline in another space and time can directly affect me here and now. Though fast forwarding 21 years later, I understand that it is much more efficient to look at the current timelines that have played out in my now reality lifetime. This is why I think that inner child work is huge. As I'm accessing another moment in time, let's say when I was 5 years old, I know very clearly, it's a fact for me, that I'm walking into my 5-year-old self's reality. So she's now experiencing her future self, and I'm experiencing my past self. And by doing that, I can listen to her and receive her first and foremost, observe, so that I can collapse the probability of that timeline continuing into her future, which is my past, and into my present. I can help her understand what's happening with her emotional trauma, and we can redirect her choices, which then rolls out through space and time and consciousness to alter my current reality and my future. I've been doing this for years, and for me, this is just a fact of reality. It's not imagination. It's not something that I'm just visualizing happening. I'm clear as day that I'm actually connecting with another moment in time in my lifetime experience, and I'm altering a timeline. This is a huge way in which we can change timelines. Another major component of changing timelines is through doing ancestral healing. Understanding that through our mitochondria and DNA, genetically, karma has been passed down through the ages, which we repeat these patterns. And we can choose to be a decision maker and changer so that we're not continuing to re-loop the burden of our ancestral karma. Now, an interesting thing about this that I'm currently experiencing is as we clear out the karmic ancestral curses, as we're releasing these karmic ancestral debts, we're actually unburdening and untethering the timeline probabilities that the ancestors are still experiencing. And when we do this, it helps free them up from some of their karmic baggage, which then gives them the opportunity to assist and support and guide us that much more. And of course, a tool that I always utilize is shadow work, because I know that when I integrate my core shadow belief of shame and unworthiness, I stop choosing timelines based on fear. The next tool I utilize is emotional intelligence. Knowing the difference between intuitive pull and emotional reaction is imperative. It's very important to understand where reactions like anxiety are coming from, in being able to find the intuition within these physiological triggers. I can understand through emotional intelligence that if I simply pause and observe what's happening within me and the triggers that are playing out, in that moment of observation and I'm taking pause, I'm already ensuring that I'm not redirecting a timeline that would be happening if I impulsively reacted. Because impulsive reactions are one of the biggest ways in which we anchor into an entire new timeline that we don't want. The next tool, as we've mentioned, would be boundaries and standards. If I choose to be a human being that constantly seeks to up-level my ethics, my morals, and how it is that I want to experience my self-love, then all I really need to do is hold the frequency of my future self, which is a system utilized in standards. Boundaries are not about saying no. Boundaries are about showing what it is that you desire to experience. And a very important piece of boundaries that most people miss is offering the boundaries that you do enjoy by saying, hey, I really appreciate that, or I like that. That's an enjoyable way to implement a boundary that people gravitate towards. Now, what are the mechanisms of a timeline jump or reverse engineering timelines? If you want more very specific, in-depth information about this, I created a course years ago called Reverse Engineering Timelines. It's on sale on my website. You can check it out. The most important component of The mechanisms of a timeline jump, reverse engineering timelines, is first to take a look at your belief system around this. Your intention and your beliefs are what actually anchor the reality into the now moment that you're accessing. Understanding that this is real and you're making great change is very important to getting the work done. The way in which you're going to be tracking the timeline is through frequency. It's through emotion. It's through intention. It's not through memory. A lot of people will rely on memory, especially if they're going back in time to a childhood experience, which is fine in the beginning. But the thing about memory is often distorted and diluted. And your memory is not going to be the same as the experience of that person or child or aspect in that now moment. They're going to have different feelings and ideas around what they're experiencing. And so you need to be careful not to project that onto them. So how do we do this? It's really about accessing the core emotion, or what is it that you're wanting to change or experience. You allow yourself to attune into that emotion, be completely consumed and immersed by it. You start to experience the frequency signature of that emotion or experience, and then you suspend. In essence, you dissolve your consciousness and you allow yourself to float in a hyperbaric chamber of water that is this emotion. All there is you and this emotion. And while you're doing that, you're aware that you're journeying into the frequency match of that experience or emotion. There's nothing that you really have to do. Rather, it's just that you need to be. And once you're completely immersed in that emotion, the emotion will be what journeys you through space and time back to the matching frequency signature of the time which you already experienced that emotion, whether it's past, present, future. And once you come into that space where there's a frequency signature match to the emotion that you're efforting to access, then you allow it to simply reveal itself. First and foremost, you are the observer. And by being the observer, it's important for you to understand that you're there to witness and experience. Be curious. Effort not to project your ideas or belief systems onto the experience, which you will have stories. All humans do. You will have stories about what actually happened or who was really there or how it played out. See if you can effort to suspend these stories enough to be curious to what it is that the people in the timeline are actually experiencing, feeling, saying, seeing. Trust in your intuition and know that you are always safe. Simply assist to understand, observe, and meet the needs of the people in the timeline, or help them to meet their own. And then once you release the timeline, you're trusting that this is billowing out now into the way in which it needs to play out through the timelines. And you're grounding back into yourself. You're ensuring you're anchoring into your body and coming back into your now moment, where you're affirming that this timeline is now altered. Reverse engineering timelines and quantum jumping is an embodiment process. It's understanding how it is that we can rewrite our experience through past, present, future. And it's also something that you have inherited through spirit. And be clear that if you're remote viewing or hopping timelines to do unethical things, then all that's doing is re-looping a karmic pattern that is going to ensure you're anchoring into a timeline that you're not desiring. But hey, that's your karmic lesson. Developing your intuition is the most sustainable way in which you can navigate and alter your reality. This is exactly what we dive into in my new course, The Intuition Method. Come learn how to work with your frequency and not against it.